Hello and welcome back again, everyone. Today, we are going to recap a science fiction movie named The War of Werewolf from 2021. A scientist is shown at the start of the movie. He was transferring a mysterious creature into his body. Afterwards, his eyes are turned into blue color and he is transformed into a werewolf. And the scene drops here with this. Then the major character named Lang Jun of the movie is shown, who was delivering the goods by his car. Then Lang Jun listens to the news that some people were disappearing in the city mysteriously. Meanwhile, Lang Jun receives the call of his uncle Zhang and he wishes him happy birthday. Then he witnesses an upside-down car on his way. He attempts to rescue the man in that car, and when he moves to that car, then that creature seen at the start of the movie. It transfers into the body of Lang Jun coming out of the body of that man. Consequently, he is also transformed into a werewolf. Then a secret military approached there, and it was looking as they have come to capture him with full preparation. But it was not enough as Lang Jun transforms into a werewolf, then he kills all of them with no difficulty at all. But a female fighter fires at him with green laser, then he immediately runs away. But the force's leader was not happy at all by this, because he was in the search of that person who might adjust with that creature perfectly, so he had not found a man as such till yet. On the other side, Lang Jun eats like an animal strangely as he approaches at home, and he also behaves like the animals. In the end, he also vomits because of overeating. He glimpses the reflection of the werewolf as he looks to himself into the mirror. Consequently, he is so afraid and he loses his consciousness in his bathtub. Then he observes some changing in himself as he wakes up, as his listening skill had very increased. At the same time, he listens to the news which was broadcasting that the scratches seen before 12 years ago, they have found the same marks last night. Knowing this, Lang Jun gets very upset. When Lang Jun goes to his job in the morning, then his boss shows his anger on him because he had left his stuffed goods car on the road last night. Later, Lang Jun's boss tries to hit him with cannon rage, then he hits back it as a result of that, and it is hit on the wall so forcefully that causes the crack on the wall. His boss is very scared witnessing this, and Lang Jun leaves that place without uttering a single word there. Meanwhile, it is seen that a man had kept an eye on Lang Jun. And then Lang Jun also saves a little girl on the road from facing an accident, and he also remembers his childhood with this, where two kids were bullying him, but Lang Jun was unable to take any action because of his feebleness. At the same time, his friend saved him. Coming there in the meantime, it brings into his memory that there is his friend's boxing match today. So he instantly moves to view the match of his friend, where it is witnessed that his friend wins the match from her rival. In spite of this, her rival pushes her down. At the same time, Lang Jun catches her while moving ahead. Meanwhile, some boxer comes there. He challenges Lang Jun for a boxing match, and he accepts this. Then Lang Jun loses his senses with one punch. As their fight is held, the force's leader is seen at the same time, who had still kept an eye on Lang Jun and still search for him. It is also known here that the scientist shown at the beginning of the movie, he is not anyone else but Lang Jun's father, who was died, and Lang Jun's mother had also died due to some disease. Consequently, Lang Jun was all alone since his childhood. It is also revealed that Lang Jun was the last hope of a company for their experiment, because that creature in the body of Lang Jun had fully attached with his body. So the force's leader asks his member to capture Lang Jun as soon as possible. And Lang Jun was at the home of his friend. When he wakes up, she asks Lang Jun, "Why did you take that challenge in spite of my forbidding?" Then he notices a bandage on the face of his friend which belonged to a company Sanyulian. In fact, Lang Jun's father used to serve that female soldier who had tried to fire her gun at Lang Jun at that night. After this, Lang Jun's friend shows him the photo of her brother, who had disappeared in a very mysterious way. Lang Jun tells her that he has witnessed her brother in the same company before. Then the members of that company arrives there to capture Lang Jun. Now Lang Jun hides under their car to keep himself hidden, and he leaves his cell phone in their car to track them down. Later, Lang Jun's friend asks him, "Why did they come here?" Lang Jun tells her that they had come here to capture me because I have a creature on which they are researching. Lang Jun goes to his uncle named John to get more information about this. When Lang Jun goes to his uncle's laboratory to meet him, then he notices that it is set on fire. He protects him from the fire and asks his uncle Zhang about that company, but he has no knowledge about this company. After this, when Lang Jun is returning back, then it is seen that someone was chasing him again. At this time, Lang Jun captures him and he takes that boy to his friend. That boy tells him that he did not want to chase him, but he just want to know about that company. So he was chasing him, and that he was also a hacker who had caught dangerous criminals within a moment. So Lang Jun takes that boy and feeds him, because that boy delivers the whole information about that company to Lang Jun. He tells him it is such a company famous for its oil trading, but there is also a dark aspect of this company as they trade the illegal chemical weapon from other countries. And it is the same company where Lang Jun's father and uncle used to serve for. Meanwhile, he also tells Lang Jun's friend that her brother had contacted with him before her brother's disappearance. He also tells them that all missing people are given a chance to play a game before missing. Lang Jun's friend also agrees with this because her brother had also got the same offer. Next day, Lang Jun was moving somewhere with his friend. At the same time, he receives the call of the same boy who had delivered all data about that company to him. Then the commander and her military approach them. And before he tells more details, Lang Jun gets ready to go with them in order to save his friend. Lang Jun moves away, sitting with them in their car, but his friend follows that car in the meantime, and she stops that car. As being a great boxer, she faces the members of that force with all the courage. Soon after saving Lang Jun from them, then both go to the Uncle Zhang and asks him about all the matters about this. Now his Uncle Zhang reveals the truth and tells Lang Jun and his friend that his father used to serve in that company where he wanted to manufacture such medication through which they could cure any disease. When all knew about the death of Lang Jun's father, then they all dejected. So they also stopped working on their project. With this now, Lang Jun asks the cause of his father's death. After hearing Zhang's facts, he tells Lang this: when his mother died because of one disease, so his father had lost his courage, so he had prevented himself from working more with that company. But those company's runners did not like the decision of your father, so they killed your father after locking him into a room and setting fire in it. Knowing this, Lang Jun becomes so aggressive, but Uncle Zhang held him, saying, "Don't take any step against that company, because it was the most powerful company." Meanwhile, the military leader of that company reached there with her men, and they killed Zhang. Lang Jun was enraged witnessing his uncle dying before him, so he is also transformed into a werewolf one more time, and he begins to fight with all of them. Lang Jun had got the green laser shot while fighting, so he had also come to his normal state. Then he jumped from the window. And they were able to catch Lang Jun's friend. They may not able to catch him, but that hacker boy also approaches Lang Jun, and he forbids Lang Jun to take any step further because they were not ready properly till now. He explains to him that they cannot harm your friend until they catch you. Hearing this, Lang Jun trusts him and accompanies him. Then Lang Jun leaves this place and begins to miss his old memories sitting on the beach. And he also casts a glance at his locket in which he and his father's photo was stuck. And he remembers that he had also worn the boxing gloves. When he shows all that to that boy, then he understands, as the place where his father lost his life was next to a boxing gym, and that there was a passage in the lab for emergency, but it was blocked after renovation. Now they move to that place. There they discovered some marks of werewolves. When Lang Jun reaches there, he discovers a box there and opens this with the help of his locket. He finds a tape in that box recorded for him by his father. He explains to Lang Jun about an experiment that he had manufactured a drug to rescue his mother. First of all, he applied that experiment on himself, and his mother died before this. Then he stopped that experiment, but the company started to use that drug as a weapon. And due to this, many people lost their lives. So they all decided that they will attempt to stop all illegal pursuits of that company. On the other side, it is seen that the head of that company was in the laboratory of Zhang, and he was erasing all the proofs from there. Then they find an object there that company had destroyed immediately. On the other side, Lang Jun had reached that laboratory of experiments, but they got the security guards of that place with the help of their weapons. Then Lang Jun's friend is also shown there. She also glimpses her brother in the adjoining room. When she observes her brother, she assures him that Lang Jun will surely come to free them from here. Many people enter there when Lang Jun comes into that laboratory, but he ends them all because of the superpower of that werewolf in him. After this, they had to collect the proofs against this company. So they all move into different directions. Lang Jun reaches that place to rescue his friend, and when he was finding the keys to rescue his friend, then Uncle Jong appears there who tells him they have made that medicine with his blood. The medicine which was wished to be manufactured by Lang Jun's father. Then suddenly, the video cassette of his uncle and father is played, in which Jong wanted to make those chemical weapons along with company's members. But Lang Jun's father was stopping him to do as such, so he left Lang Jun's father in that room which was set on fire. Watching that video, Lang Jun had understood that the manipulator of that company is not anyone else but Uncle Jong, who had taken the life of his father. Meanwhile, that company's head assistant also comes, who begins to tell Lang Jun the truth that he discovered. She told the truth because Jong had also killed the company's head, so that assistant begins to fire at Jong, but he was not affected because the medicine made by the blood of Jun, it had been injected into Jong's body before killing Jun. He started to transform into a werewolf, and Lang Jun also turns into a werewolf. Later, a great fight is held between them. There, during the fight, both come outside. Lang Jun's friend and her brother also come outside now. Lang Jun's friend ties a rope around the neck of Jong to help Lang, but Jong gets no harm on this. On the contrary, he wounds Lang Jun's friend. But before he kills her, Lang Jun pulls the rope upward, hanging him. Then, using an electric cable, they manage to eliminate the werewolf Jong. In the end of the movie, Lang Jun is seen reading book at his home. Then it is known by the news that all the missing people are found now, but they all have a mysterious mark on their body. But Lang Jun had brought into the light the truth of that company before everyone. And with that, the movie ends here.